And can you explain tape lifts?
Yeah, tape lifts are kind of like what they sound like. Pieces of tape with adhesive on them, and they're used to collect evidence, kind of like a lint roller does. When you roll it over your jacket, your clothes, it takes particles off that and puts on the tape. The same thing with the tape lifts. We use them to collect hairs, fibers, any types of trace evidence that we want to examine.
And for this report, you just tape lifted a certain section, correct?
Oh, in this report, no, these were provided to me.
Oh, yes, but so what was provided to you? What tape section?
Tape lifts, they were labeled as the center console, driver's seat floorboard, driver's seat base, and back driver's seat.
Okay. And what were the results of those tape lifts?
I compared those to the hair standard collected from Christian Martin.
And was there an association made between the hairs found on the tape lifts and those head hairs of Christian Martin?
Yes, one hair was found to be similar in color and limited microscopic characteristics.
But none of those hairs you found, you indicate, are similar to those of Christian Martin in the head hair standard item 48.
Correct.
So then in 32.3, that's the driver's seat base, you found 7 head hairs with Caucasian characteristics that were different from the standard in item 48.
That's correct.
So those are not, or you cannot say those are Christian Martin.
I couldn't make an association between the unknown hairs and the head hair standard from Christian Martin.
And then you found 1 head hair of undetermined racial origin on that same sample that you say is similar to the hair standard in item 48.
And yes, in color
In color and limited microscopic characteristics. And then you have a footnote 4, right?
Correct.
And in footnote 4, you say this means that the unknown hair could have come from Christian Martin. However, the microscopic comparison of hair does not constitute a positive means of identification.
That is correct.
All right, Nick Mudd, I want to go to you on this one. You're a criminal defense attorney in Kentucky. What did you think about this testimony today? The state calls this guy, and at the end of the day, there's really no definitive answer that hair belonged to the defendant. What did you think about this testimony, and what kind of a job did you think the defense did on cross, please?
I think the first thing I would get up and say in closing argument here is, where's the beef? Where's the evidence? They put this person on the fluff is what's going on here. Essentially, they've had a lot of emotional testimony the first few days. And, this should have been a good witness for the prosecution. I know when I was a prosecutor trying murder cases, you hung your hat a lot of times on the science because that's what got people. That's the golden nugget. And here they put this person on who essentially did absolutely nothing to bolster the credibility of the prosecution's case. So I think the defense did a good job of highlighting that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought he did a really fine job on cross and then on recross. At the end of the day, like you said, it's a lot of fluff, and that's really not a good thing for the prosecution. As far as they're faring so far, Don, what do you think? Do you think they're establishing these necessary elements thus far? Do you think we have yet to see that happen?
No, I haven't seen that. They have a huge burden here. The lack of any physical evidence is huge. We've obviously heard alibi witnesses. And Julie, in 27 years, I've never seen a case where the prosecution calls the alibi witnesses in their case in chief. It didn't make any sense. I think it was a huge blunder. It was a gift for the defense. The defense got to lead these witnesses and walk them through their testimony. It didn't make any sense. I didn't understand it. And so far, I haven't seen anything that's going to amount to proof beyond a reasonable doubt for the Commonwealth.
I'm with you there, Don. If they really don't step it up, I wonder if we're going to see a judgment of acquittal when it comes time for that. Nick, before I get to the next question to you, let's play another clip. This is from the DNA analyst talking about how there was no blood found on the defendant's jacket.
38, which were a rain jacket and a brown thermal shirt that belonged to Christian Martin.
Yes, that's correct.
And you found no blood on either of those items either?
No blood was found on either one of those items.
So as I read your report, when you analyze a piece of evidence for presence of blood, you can either find blood or you can presume blood. Is that correct?
Correct.
So, Nick, you mentioned having served as a prosecutor before practicing criminal defense work. And so I want to tap into that experience with this question. For those watching this trial who might be kind of scratching their heads wondering, why call these witnesses who really aren't establishing any solid, definitive scientific facts for the Commonwealth? How do you answer that, please?
Well, you want to be thorough as a prosecutor. The last thing you want to do is for a defense attorney to get up in closing argument and say, "Of course they didn't call that person. They were hiding that," or "We're the ones that had to bring that to you. We're the ones that had to show that to you." But you still got to have something, and you got to have have something in opening to let the jury know, hey, we're not here to hide anything. We're going to call the good, the bad, everything in between, and we're going to lay it out for you, and it's your decision to make, but we will meet the burden. And that doesn't seem to be what's happened here.
I'm with you there. Nick Mudd, Don Malarsic, it is great to have your expertise today on the program. You're going to stay with us. We're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, we're going to take you live to Idaho, where Chad Daybell is set to have his formal arraignment. That's coming up next on Court TV Live, your front row seat to justice.